Hello everyone. So in this video we'll start with the experiment number 6. So you need to start the experiment by creating a folder. Okay, that is lab 6. So create it, open the lab 6, right click on that, open terminal here. Okay, so this will open the terminal in lab 6. So now what we need to do? So labs, what is the lab 6? Okay, so we'll try to know that. Okay, data encryption and decryption using RSA and Debbie-Hellman key exchange. Okay, so we'll learn about data encryption and the decryption using RSA, and we'll try to know what is the Debbie-Hellman key exchange. Okay, how it is being done. So here we are just exploring how the key exchange is done. We just we'll just know the process of a Debbie-Hellman key exchange using the OpenSSL tool. So in what we are learning here, to object is to learn how data encryption and the key exchange is done, and the gain the experience of that encryption and decryption using these protocols. First, we will start with the Kali Linux virtual machine, starting the Kali virtual machine, and update the things and start installing OpenSSL. So then after installing OpenSSL, we will be generating a key, that is a public key. So we need to generate a RSA key pairs. So generating key pair using the algorithm RSA, we are outputting private key dot pem, and the key option is used here. So that key option is RSA keygen bits 2048 bit. Okay, so this will give you the private key. Extract the private key from the public key from the private key. Here we will be extracting public key from the private key. So OpenSSL will use the RSA. So we will be using public output. We are injecting the private key dot pem, and then we will be outputting public key dot pem file. Okay, after that we will see the how many pem files we have. Okay, so next we got the private key and the public key that is generated by OpenSSL. After getting the public key, so we'll start with creating a plain text. Okay, so after creating the plain text with the content, so we will be using a public key to encrypt that. Okay, so we will be encrypting and making it as a encrypted dot bin. Okay, so it is encrypted with public key. Then so we will see that how it is encrypted. Okay, by using the access xxd, so it shows the encrypted file and how it is readable. Then we will be using that encrypted file, and then we will be decrypting with input key, that is private key. Okay, by using the private key we will be decrypting encrypted dot bin, and then that will be displayed after decrypting. So before encrypting, the plain text was containing the cyber shield cryptography lab string, so that will be displayed. Okay, so we were using the RSA to encrypt and decrypt. We were using uh, public key and private key to encrypt and decrypt. Okay, after that this completes the RSA encryption and decryption, and then we will just try to know how Debbie-Hellman key exchange is done using the OpenSSL. That's all. Okay, so go to the lab manual, Start with the first thing. The first thing is generating RSA key pair. Okay, generate RSA key pair. Kali. Okay, generate RSA. Just you can copy the type. Okay, go to the elements, paste it here. So open SSL, generate key pair, algorithm RSA. We are outputting the private key PEM file. Key output option is RSA keys and bits. We are mentioning bits. Okay. So now after clicking enter, this will show like this, and verify is your PEM file is generated or not. Yes, it is generated, and we got it here in this folder. Now, so using the private key, we will be outputting public key. So open SSL RSA public key out, input private key and PEM file, and use the output option to output that public key. Writing RSA key into the public key. That so that verified. You can see that two files are there, private and public. Then same. LS is nothing but to list. So you can just use this to see all the information regarding that those two files. So there are privileges, users, and when it is generated like that. So by mistake it is done here. No need to worry about this. These two PEM files are generated. Okay. Now, so we successfully generated the RSA private key and the public key. Extracted the public key, and now we will create one text file. Okay. So echo the string we have given and the plain text.txt. So this file is created now. Okay. So we'll add it plain text. So verify that is it containing cyber shield cryptography lab or any kind of a sentence that you want. Okay. Now, so we created the file. We will be using the encryption command. This is the encryption command. So what we are mentioning here, we will be using the OpenSSL software, key pair utility, and then we are telling it to encrypt it. We are using the public key as an input. That public key input is given using the insert key command, that is in key. Public key is given here, and we are inputting the file that we are encrypting, that is plain text.txt. We are outputting a encrypted.bin. So enter. ls, after that we are confirming that encrypted.bin is created once we entered. So now if you cat that, means if you open that file, here is the encrypted file. Here is the encrypted characters. So to decrypt this thing, so it is encrypted with the RSA public key. To decrypt this, now what we will do, unreadable file, to view the unreadable file, so we'll use XSXD. So we'll check. So now you can see here the same thing is displayed in the 4 heads. Okay, so it contains so many bits, encrypted bits. Now we will be decrypting that encrypted file using this command. So that is OpenSSL key utility that we are telling it to decrypt. In the key utility, we have options decrypt, encrypt, like that. So by using that, so right now we are decrypting. In we are inserting the key, that is the private key that we have generated, and by using the private key, we will be decrypting encrypted.pin. So we encrypted this thing by public key. We are right now we are decrypting this thing by private key. So that private key, after the decrypting, that will be outputted as decrypted.txt. So now you can see decrypted.txt is outputted or created. So now after decryption, just check decrypted.txt. You can see the same string that is generated by you is again appearing in the decrypted.txt. So we started with the creating the file and then encrypted using the public key, then so we displayed that thing. So we got to know that it is encoded with some random characters. Means it is encoded with the RSA for public key. Then we used a private key to decrypt it. Now this is the result, decrypted result. Okay, so this is how you will encrypt and decrypt. Okay, using public key and private key. So now we will learn how WP-Hellman exchange is done. Process of WP-Hellman exchange. Okay, here we will be using the DH parameters. So SSL DH parameters. Outputting we are for output we are using DH parameters.pem file. Okay, so it is generating the DH parameters 2.48-bit long zip prime. So now it is completed. So after generating, so if you want to see it a human readable format, just check it out. So this key is generated like this. WP element key exchange generated like this. Okay. Now these are the files generated in this process. So this will complete the lab 6.